Hi guys, so we're going to start off with a recap of one-step solving equations that we did last half term, and then we're going to move on to two-step equations. So I'm going to do the 4 examples that are at the top of the page. You've then got task 1 to have a go at, and then I'll do the same on two-step equations. I would recommend watch the video for these 4 examples and then have a go at the section underneath, okay, and then come back to your video and watch the next set of examples before doing the next page. So remember we said if you've got a number and a letter together in algebra, that means that they are multiplied together. So that's 3 multiplied by x. So the opposite of multiplying by something is to divide. So remember you are always doing the same to both sides. So 3x divided by 3 just gets me back to x. And 15 divided by 3 gets me 5. Remember, you can think of it as how many 3's go into 15. On the next one, to get the x by itself, we need to get rid of an add 8. The opposite of adding 8 is to subtract 8. So if I take the 8 from there, I've just got the x left. And on this side, 15 subtract 8 leaves me with 7. Third one, remember to get rid of a subtract. The opposite of taking away something is to add it. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. So if I add 4, I've just got the x left on this side. And then 3 add 4 gives me 7. Remember, we're always doing those opposites. And then on this last one, when you've got something written in fraction form, it looks a whole lot more complicated, but it actually means x is being divided by 4. So the opposite of dividing something by 4 is to times by 4. So if I multiply this side by 4, the divide by 4 disappears. I've just got x left. And 9 times 4 is 36. Use your times table grids in your planners if you need them. Okay, so you've got an example of each of the how to get rid of a multiply, an add, a subtract and a divide, which matches the multiply, the add, the subtract and the divide that you've got in task 1. I'd pause the video at this point, have a go at these, and then when you're ready, we're going to have a go at the next set of examples ready for the next page. Okay, so this is our new task this time. This is called solving two-step equations. Now, it's called two-step equations purely because it takes 2 steps to get from the start of the question to the answer. Okay, so if I zoom in on this one so you can see what we're doing. Right, what we're going to do is we get rid of anything added or subtracted first. Think of it as doing BIDMAS in reverse. Okay, so the add or subtract goes first. So the opposite of adding 5 is to subtract 5. Now if I subtract 5 from this side of the equal sign, it's just going to get rid of that 5 and leave the 2x on its own. On this side, 17 take away 5 leaves me with 12. Okay, and then I'm back to one of the multiply questions like we were doing on the last page. So to get rid of the 2 in front, remember these mean that they're multiplied together, so the opposite is to divide by 2. So if I divide this side by 2, I've just got x left. And if I divide this side by 2, 12 divided by 2 gives me 6. Okay, so it's exactly what you've been doing before. It now just means it will take 2 steps to get to your answer, but the method-wise is exactly what you were doing on the last page, okay? So on the next one, remember anything added or subtracted goes first. So the opposite of add 7 is to take away 7. So if I take the 7 from this side, I've just got the 5x left. And on this side, if I do 27, subtract 7, I am left with 20. I'm just going to put this sheet on just because it gets a little bit like there's too many numbers going on. Okay, so we've subtracted 7 to get 20. From there, we need to get rid of this 5, because remember the whole aim is to get x by itself. So to get rid of this 5, we divide by 5. That gets rid of this 5 and leaves the x on its own. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Okay, once x is on its own, that's it, your answer's done. If I look at the next one, okay, so this time we've got a subtract 2, and just like we said before, anything added or subtracted goes first. So the opposite of subtracting 2 is to add 2. So that's going to get rid of this 2 and leave the 5x by itself. On this side, 18 add 2 is going to give me 20. From there, we need to get rid of the 5, so we're going to divide by 5, because remember, a number and a letter together is multiplied, so the opposite is to divide. 5x divided by 5 just leaves the x by itself, and 20 divided by 5 gives me 4. Okay, and last question on this one. So again, anything added or subtracted goes first. So the opposite of subtract 9 is to add 9. That's going to cancel this one out to leave the 7x by itself. And 26 add 9 is going to give us 35. From there, we need to get rid of the 7. Remember, number and a letter means multiply, so the opposite is to divide. So if I divide by 7, I've just got the x left on this side. 35 divided by 7 gives me 5. Okay, and that is two-step equations. Now, if you need to listen through those again, listen through them again. Okay, and then you've got a set of questions underneath to have a go at. You're now doing task 2. Any problems, guys, let me know.